Coming up tonight on the news at 6. How a bar in Brady is navigating the challenges of reopening after voluntarily closing their doors because of COVID-19.
Plus, we have updates on the Yogo fire as crews continue to fight the blaze in the Little Belt Mountains.
From Montana's news leader, this is MTN News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the News at 6. I'm Andy Curtis.
And I'm Marian Davidson. Thanks for joining us.
Well, we have another large jump in COVID-19 cases as the state reports 615 more today. Although this isn't a record number of COVID cases, it is the second highest number of new cases in one day. Montana now sits at nearly 5,600 active cases. 206 people have also died as a result of complications with COVID-19, and more than 11,000 people have fully recovered.
And a local bar is preparing to reopen after voluntarily shutting down for 2 weeks in an effort to help prevent the spread of COVID-19.
MTN's Coulter Anstad found out today the past 2 weeks have been tough, but the decision to shut down was anything but.
It was about 5 seconds.
5 seconds is all Dusty's bar owner Courtney Combs needed to decide to shut down for 2 weeks after learning COVID-19 cases had been linked to a recent golf tournament the bar catered and had employees play in.
We went and got tested the next day just to make sure that we weren't spreaders or carriers. It was scary. It still is scary.
She says the community has been supportive during the closure.
When we made the decision, I was concerned about people being upset, but it's been quite the opposite. Everyone has just been, praising us for making the right move. And again, we're doing this for our community.
As a relatively new business owner, the experience has been humbling.
I think we'll be more cautious. I hope we all are more cautious.
In Pend Oreille County, Coulter Anstad, MTN News.
And as we're all guessing at this time, holiday parties and family gatherings will look a little different this year. A survey of 2,000 people showed at least 30% plan to do temperature checks at the door. Nearly 60% plan to play the role as host, chef, bartender, and server at their next party to lower the chance of any kind of infection. And then the days of inviting people over just appear to be over. Nearly half plan to write out detailed guest lists to help with contact tracing in case someone gets sick. Time for a look at that weather with Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grevenitz.
Not looking so good out there. Good evening, everybody. A live look up around East Glacier, and yeah, the smoke, the haze, it is back in a big way. And we even have a little haze in Haze out there, way out the High Line, and looking at not the best air quality as well. Red flag warning continues here for the rest of this evening, and we are likely to see very similar conditions in a very similar area coming up this Saturday as well. So a couple of days with high fire danger. The winds of change, they certainly are blowing. They're blowing up some high fire danger here over the next few days, and then some chillier changes headed our way. The end of fire season, we're not quite there just yet, but we are going out with some really high fire danger. There will be some good news as far as weather and fire danger coming up as the flakes will be flying. I'll have more coming up in the full forecast.
All right, and Curtis mentioned that high fire danger, and there is a fire burning right now not too far away. The Yogo fire continues to burn in the Little Belt about 10 miles east of Nyhart. Fire crews have managed to keep the fire under control despite unfavorable weather and recent red flag warning conditions. Right now, the fire is just under 4,000 acres. 127 personnel are working the blaze and using helicopters, air tankers, and ground crews to help slow its spread. The cause of that fire is still under investigation.
Well, after more than a year of construction, Bozeman Yellowstone International Airport unveiled its 75,000 square foot expansion. The new addition brings 4 new gates, A through D, to the airport. The $26.5 million project will add new food and beverage services, more space for retail, plane parking, and much more. The airport will also now be able to accommodate service dogs with a special dog-friendly room, and there will be services specifically for mothers and their babies. Airport officials say they are also focusing on upgrading security with more than 300 additional cameras.
All the roadblocks that could be there did not happen because people said, we're going to make this project happen. Here we have a project of large scale, $26.5 million, and yet at the end of the day, it's on time and it's within budget. I would call that a success.
The 4 new gates, along with the services, will be open to passengers on November 5th.
Well, Lasso the Moon toy store in Helena is celebrating their 25th anniversary this week.
MTN's Alexia Aguayo spoke with the shop and how they've adapted in the digital world and the pandemic.
Since 1995, Lasso the Moon Wonderful Toys has lifted smiles for children and some adults with the toys catered to each individual customer. 25 years later, the founder says it's a humbling experience to continue the store.
It makes me feel old. It's wonderful to think that this little toy store in Helena, Montana could survive 25 years. It really is humbling that the community has supported us in a way that we still are in existence.
Although 25 years may seem like it would have lots of challenges, Lasso the Moon is still dealing with the pandemic and the ongoing trend of online shopping. Daughter of the founders, Savannah Barrett, hopes to continue the traditions of the brick and mortar store while adapting to the future.
I love the walking mall how it is, the mom and pop shops. I just want to do what I can to see that continue. We are adapting to people who want to shop online so that they'll be able to do that and have products shipped to them with our e-commerce site.
Lasso the Moon credits the community for the last 25 years and are giving back by beginning their collection of toys for Toys for Tots this holiday season to help reduce the stress for families during the pandemic.
Play is probably more important than ever because children have the added stress of the fear of COVID, just how the world is changing. Hands-on, creative, imaginative play is so critical.
Lasso the Moon will be releasing an online store within the next few months to continue to adapt in the digital world. In Helena, I'm Alexi Aguayo, MTN News.
And they have also spread out their anniversary sale until Saturday to help control the traffic in the store.
Still ahead on the news at 6, COVID-19 has caused a lot of damage to a lot of businesses, but there is still one that is booming thanks to the virus.
Montana's news leader. You're watching MTN News at 6.
Welcome back to the news at 6. It's no question some businesses are struggling in this pandemic economy.
But Alexa Liaco found one that's booming thanks to newly created demand.
The jarring noises and machines inside the Yoshiko Plastics warehouse sound like home to the Schaefer family.
My grandfather, Bernard Schaefer, started the business in '61. So proud to be the third generation.
The company started with the World War II fighter pilot. Now, more than 60 years later, nearly every member of his family has worked inside these 4 walls.
There's an extra level of trust that you just don't get elsewhere.
They build all kinds of plastic devices.
We designed and created the plastic box.
The company is known for air purifying planters, handicapped equipment, and laboratory supplies.
Our business was really founded with my grandfather wanting to make health-related products.
But this family is now seeing a huge boom in some new products.
At the beginning of the pandemic, when everything shut down, Yoshiko's business dropped by about 40%, and they weren't sure if they were even going to make it through the year. But they designed these custom face shields, and within just a few days had to hire on more workers to fulfill all the orders they had.
We only cut everybody's hours for 1 week. The following week, we were back to full-time hours for everyone.
Hundreds of thousands of face shields and plastic desk barriers in custom shapes and sizes are coming out of this factory.
Restaurants, the schools, we've helped in nursing homes.
While most businesses are in need of help themselves, the plastics industry is one of few seeing pandemic profits.
Things are looking pretty good for us. How can you not be thrilled to be helping out and making your business go?
And the Schaefers say their U.S.-made products are growing to a global scale.
Our pricing is similar to China now.
We're seeing new quotes coming in for things that are typically, done overseas.
But more important than business is carrying on a tradition.
The last few months, we really have understood where our roots are and where we're going.
Towards a future where simple plastic products mean more than ever before.
If we get to save one life, then it's made all of this worth it.
I'm Alexa Liacco.
Now with a look at our weather, Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grebenitz.
Not as pretty outside today as wildfire smoke has blown back in, but already with a powerful jet stream coming in from the Pacific, that will push a lot of this smoke out of here. We're looking at bluer skies for tomorrow. More on the forecast coming up next.
There starts now with Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grebenitz.
Welcome back, everybody. Good Thursday evening to you all. A smoky day out there, and the air quality is not as good as it was just 24 hours ago. Another warm one, current temperature of 75 degrees. And the wind was calm and the temperatures were a little cool earlier on, and then once that wind picked up, kind of scoured out the minor inversion that we had, and the temperatures were able to warm. Looking from Geyser at the high woods, and yeah, some clouds, some haze. Most of this wildfire smoke coming from California. Room temperature outside, southwest wind about 13 miles per hour. Air quality, yeah, not as good as it's been. Look how many locations looking at moderate air quality, and still around the East Glacier area, Cut Bank, unhealthy for sensitive groups. A little more higher concentration of smoke up there off of the Rocky Mountain front. And everybody in the 60s and 70s right now. A couple locations once again hit 80 degrees for the third day in a row. Unusually warm here for October. The wind not as bad as it was a little earlier on here, but still under a red flag warning for the rest of this evening for dangerous fire weather conditions. And the latest on that Yogo fire yesterday, not that bad of a day as far as the weather conditions. 2 days ago was really bad. Today, pretty tough conditions, and there was a good smoke plume coming off of the area here, but still about 3,800 acres have burned, 0% containment. It will snow on this fire coming up here this weekend. A lot of little belts seeing some snow showers at the very least Saturday night into Sunday. It's not rain, it's a hurricane moving towards the Gulf Coast here. This is Delta. 115 mile per hour winds, so it is a major hurricane here, and that will likely make landfall into Louisiana. They've had their fair share of hurricane activity already this year, and another one moving into an area that's already been hit a few times. Back here across the west, the smoke moved in, the smoke moves out a little bit here tomorrow, but then it moves back in on Saturday. This is what keeps me in a job. Southwest winds increasing, and that will pull up more wildfire smoke from California Saturday ahead of a cold front. Watch what happens when the front goes through. A lot of that smoke, most of the smoke, moves out of all of the west here as we go into the weekend. Now, the California wildfires likely not seeing significant precipitation, so they still will be emitting some of that smoke, but many of the fires in Montana, Idaho, and Oregon will receive a wetting rain and also some flakes of snow. Great air quality Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, but it does come with some other weather variables that we'll get to right now. So for tomorrow, pretty nice day, not as windy. Heading into Saturday, it starts off okay. It will be warm to start off the weekend into Saturday afternoon, but here comes the front by late Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, coming over the Continental Divide with some rain showers, so chance of precipitation increasing later in the afternoon and the evening. Overnight Saturday night into Sunday morning, rain showers and some higher elevation snow. And Sunday is not a very pleasant day to be outside. Cooler, windy. There will be some sun. However, we will have some mixed rain and snow showers. And look at this on Monday. Chilly system moving in with some rain, maybe mixed with snow down in the lower elevations. The mountains will see more snow and more wet weather coming through Tuesday night into Wednesday with cooler temperatures. Here's the forecast for tomorrow. Not as windy, fire danger not as bad. Temperatures a little cooler into the 60s and the 70s. Saturday, warm out ahead of the front, 70s and 80s. That front goes through in the afternoon with some showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder, showers, and some flakes of snow. Saturday night into Sunday morning. Sunday, a much cooler day. Highs in the 40s and the 50s in the lower elevations. Full-on wintry conditions into the mountains as far as temperature, wind, and snow. And then into Monday, here's this little system. Highs only in the 40s in Helena and Great Falls. That could support the little mix of some rain and snow in the lower elevations. Certainly snow down to about 5,000 feet on Monday. And we've got colder air coming in Wednesday and Thursday with a few more snow showers. And for Great Falls, still a little on the breezy side tomorrow, 75. Windy on Saturday, showers move in late, much cooler on Sunday, and a little mix of some rain, maybe some wet snowflakes Monday.
Coming up next, a high school cross-country senior is reflecting on her unique experience of having her mom as her head coach.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching MTN News at 6.
Welcome back, everybody. As some fall sports seasons begin to wane, it's a time to reflect for some.
MTN's Sam Hoyle takes a look at how one Helena Capital senior is reflecting on her time in a unique situation.
The parent-to-child dynamic is an interesting one. Normally, parents are able to find a teaching moment in just about any situation that their child finds themselves in, and usually that's a good thing. Sometimes it can be a little strenuous, especially when your mom is your head coach. Now, according to Anna and Ellie Doran of the Helena Capital girls cross-country team, that's not the case.
I really like it. She's just a really experienced coach and really positive, and we've always gotten along really well, so I think it's a good way for us to spend some more time together and bond before I leave for college next year.
Ellie Doran is one of the co-captains for the Helena Capital girls cross-country team, and as a leader is in tune with her teammates, something which is a big help to her mother, Anna Doran, as the head coach.
Oh, Ellie can kind of give me a heads up just how everything's going from the girls' perspective. She's very coachable, very positive. She's a great team leader. So it's been really easy, very pleasant.
When asked about it, neither really see any downsides with their dual-headed relationship because of how close they are.
We get along really well, so I don't think so, but sometimes we get a little bit snarky with each other. But other than that, I think it's a really positive experience.
I mean, the only thing that really stands out, she might roll her eyes at me when I tell a bad joke. But
Though as Ellie gets ready to wrap up her senior year, there's a lot she knows she'll miss about the time that she's been able to spend with her mother.
I think I'll just miss having her around, and if I choose to run in college or something, I won't have like that kind of motherly support like I have this year. I think after every meet, we just kind of, obviously not this year because of COVID, we have to be careful, but we just hug, and I think that's probably one of my favorite memories, just seeing her after and having her cheer me on while I'm racing.
Reporting in Helena, Sam Hoyle, MTN Sports.
All right, and we'll wrap things up here on the news at 6 when we come back.
News leader, you're watching MTN News at 6.
Welcome back. If you are a fan of Silence of the Lambs and are looking for a new home, which seems like a very specific group of people, this story is for you. The home used in the Oscar-winning movie is now on the market. It starred as the home of killer Buffalo Bill in the film, and it's located about an hour outside of Pittsburgh. The house sits on nearly 2 acres of land, and the exterior is, get this, pretty much exactly the same as it was in the movie. The price tag for the 4-bedroom, 1-bathroom home is just under $300,000.
I hope they cleaned it first. If you missed any of tonight's newscast, you can rewatch any of the stories on your favorite streaming device and watch live streaming news and features all day long. Be sure to download the KTVH app today on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV.
All right, and that does it for the news at 6.
We'll see you back here at 10. Have a great rest of your night.